Superman and Goku circle each other in the sky of a burning city. Voldemort cackles and flourishes his wand in front of Sauron's armored face. The Doomslayer climbs into a hell-scorched fight pit across from Jeff Goldblum. Yoda's blade spits green flame as it collides with the amethyst blade of Windu. You get the point. We all love watching and dreaming about clashes between our favorite fictional characters, whether they're in the same universe or not, or whether said clashes would ever actually happen in the same universe or not. It's no different in Star Wars. In fact, matchups in Star Wars are some of the most exciting to behold and imagine, though they don't always have to be between Force and lightsaber wielding combatants. Fights between non-Force sensitives can be just as exciting, and in this video, we're pushing two badass squads of defected clone troopers into the hypothetical ring together. That's right, who would win, the Bad Batch or the Null class arcs? We won't be taking bets or anything because that's illegal. Just kidding. Take your credits to the hazy cantina attached to the dual arena, weave through the Twi'lek dancers and Rodian bounty hunters, and dump your life savings into the hands of the first hut you see. You're not getting off this rock either way.
Attention, Sergeant on deck!
First, we've got to weigh in the combatants, and to do that, we're going to score each combatant in 3 stats: strength, dexterity, and intelligence, which correlate each with 1 or 2 skills. To set a benchmark, the average clone's stats would be 5 out of 10, summed for a total score of 15. For our fight, we'll include the original 4 members of the Bad Batch or Clone Squad 99, Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, and Tech. Hunter, the leader of Squad 99, has enhanced sensors which allow him to feel electromagnetic signals. If this means he can sense electromagnetic waves, he may, on some level, be aware of everything radiation interacts with, which is pretty much everything in his ability's range. While we don't know for sure what his range is, Hunter's ability has been compared to being more effective than a map, so we can assume it is in the realm of kilometers. This easily earns Hunter a 10 out of 10 in intelligence, as being able to sense everything in a battlefield is definitely a tactical advantage. Wrecker is insanely strong and insanely aggressive, capable of destroying battle droids with his bare hands and even lifting an LAAT gunship. He can easily tear apart any clone in this fight, so we're scoring his strength 10 out of 10. As for dexterity and intelligence, 4 out of 10 seems reasonable for both. Crosshair boasts exceptional eyesight, and this makes him a remarkable sharpshooter, far superior, we'll say, than any other combatant. We're scoring his dexterity 10 out of 10 and his strength 4 out of 10. As for equipment, Crosshair uses the deadly 7.73 Firepuncher sniper rifle, and he has a modified helmet visor which plays nicely with the rifle's scope. Tech is the tech guy, obviously, so his intelligence, we'll say, is on par with Hunter's, though he is a little leaner than the average clone, so we're scoring his strength 4 out of 10. Tech wears a unique helmet with a specialized computer display visor. This gives him a tactical edge in battle, so 10 out of 10 for tactics makes sense. Now, all 6 Nulls are of the same clone batch, the first clones of Jango Fett, and they all have almost identical physical and mental attributes and training. Physically, they are stronger, faster, and heavier than the average clone, and mentally, they're around 35% smarter, while also being more perceptive and boasting photographic memories. The Nulls have special training, allowing them to act without thinking, almost as if they were using the Force, and they are particularly skilled with assassination, covert ops, black ops, espionage, anti-terrorism, slicing, and medicine. We've decided to score and equip all 6 Nulls the same, though the weapons you see here are only what we've defaulted Null Troopers Aiden, Comric, and Auto. Null Trooper Jang, on the other hand, uses a Verpine Shattergun. We'll say a Verpine sniper rifle in this case. Mariel uses heavy weapons, we'll say the Z6 rotary blaster cannon, and Prudy, while he also uses a DC-15A blaster rifle, carries 2 DC-17 hand blasters instead of one. According to our stats, no one combatant is stupidly under or overpowered, with the average total score across all combatants being 19. But we must take into account the Null's squad numbers advantage, and we must take into account the power of Squad 99's unique abilities. As for the battlefield itself, we won't get too specific, but we'll say it's a small abandoned military base slowly being reclaimed by the jungle surrounding it. We'll also say all the combatants are aware of each other's combatant abilities and aware that if one squad doesn't wipe the other within 10 minutes, the entire planet will explode. Last chance to place your bets. Knowing good and well Hunter can see their every move, Null Squad takes advantage of their numbers and goes on the offensive, moving in a relatively spread out formation so as to avoid a cheeky frag grenade squad wipe. On the far side of the abandoned base, Squad 99 move in, seeking a perch for Crosshair, some close quarters for Wrecker, and maybe even some old turret or droid for tech to splice. All the while, Hunter informs Squad 99 of their enemy's positions. No doubt about it, they're moving toward the base, but they're not there yet, and they're easy pickings for Crosshair, who climbs a tree and sets his fire puncher on a horizontal branch. 6 blue-white figures flash through the moss-covered trunks ahead. Crosshair smokes, and one of the figures, Null Trooper Aiden, goes down, 2 smoking holes in his helmet. Null Squad doesn't stop, they can't. They rush one of the military base's open entryways just as Squad 99 enters on the far side. Hunter trains his EM sense and sees the Nulls enter the base and funnel themselves toward a central hallway. He nods to Wrecker and Tech, who know the play. The 3 of them start to cook their frag grenades, and while they're cooking, Crosshair climbs to a second tree to get an angle on the entryway through which the Nulls enter the base, in case they try to retreat. 3 frags wobble in the air, predestined to fill the Nulls with shrapnel just as they step onto the central hallway. But the Nulls have a play of their own, and at the last second they dive to the sides of the hallway's entrance, 2 left, 2 right, avoiding the worst of the shrapnel. The 5th Null Trooper, Jang, quit his forward flight and took a knee, pointing his Verpine sniper rifle down the hallway and setting Wrecker in the scope. A flechette flicks silently out of Jang's rifle and punches Wrecker in the chest, knocking him off his feet and filling the brute with rage. Jang, 3 pieces of shrapnel in his gut, joins the 2 Nulls who went left, and the separated squad follow the outer halls, looking to flank their prey on both sides. Hunter and Tech drag a thrashing Med Wrecker into cover, and Hunter warns they're being flanked. Tech's visor detects a dusty access screen still functioning. He scampers to it and gets to work splicing, just as Wrecker shoves Hunter away and, knife out, charges down one of the 2 perpendicular hallways, hoping to intercept a team of Nulls and tear off their heads. Hunter hadn't the strength to stop Wrecker, so he uses his EM sense and comms to at least guide the raging beast to his target. Jang, Auto, and Prudy take a knee, hearing what they believe to be a reek stampeding their way. Out through an opaque window to their side, Wrecker emerges in a storm of glass, landing on Jang and plunging his knife through his Phase 1 armor and into his quick beating heart. Hunter, half the abandoned base away, lets out a sigh, and Auto and Prudy cut Wrecker in half with blaster fire. His smoking guts spill on their dead brother, and the Nulls get back to their feet. 2 automated turrets swing from concealed ceiling compartments, training their barrels on the 2 perpendicular ways through which the Nulls will soon emerge. Hunter and Tech follow suit, taking cover behind stacks of metal crates. Hunter orders Crosshair into the base, hoping Crosshair can hit the Nulls from behind. Before Hunter and Tech can react, 3 EMP grenades detonate in their faces. Both ceiling turrets sag down and Hunter writhes in the center of what seems to be an atomic blast, blinded by the electromagnetic surge. Tech fumbles with his visor till Auto squeezes the trigger of his D-17 and bores a tunnel through Tech's skull. And the pain coursing through Hunter's every cell is so bad that he almost begs for the blaster bolt which flashes through his head and ends his life. The comms are dead. Crosshair knows he's on his own. He sticks every last one of his blaster bolt deflectors down 2 hallways and crouches in the connecting corner. From here, he knows he can kill everything in one of 2 hallways, but only one. Muriel lugs himself out into the left hallway, hailing Z6 rotary blaster bolts down its length and chunking cement from the walls. Crosshair fires, but not down the hallway with Muriel in it. Null Troopers Auto and Pretty step out into the shitstorm that is Crosshair's ricocheting blue blaster bolt, and all in one hot second, their limbs are unstrung from their bodies, death taking them. Crosshair swings his barrel back toward Narrator, but he's too slow, and the last living Null Trooper pumps Crosshair's chest full of laser, and the sharpshooter dies with a smirk. Now, that was just one way a fight between the Bad Batch and the Null class ARC Troopers might have played out, and there are so many other variables that we realize we can't cover in a 10-minute video. So obviously guys, take this with a pinch of salt, because honestly, this fight could be a 50-50 depending on which environments they fight in. But both of these squads are obviously very highly skilled and they're matched pretty well. So with that said, let us know what you think in the comments section below. What would your scenario look like? And if you're looking at the context of our scenario, do you think this fight would have played out the way we wrote it here? And just before you go guys, make sure you check out the links in the description below. If you do want to be a clone trooper, you can join us on our Geetsly's gaming network on our Roblox server, which is still in development, or our Gary's mod server where you can play with other Star Wars fans. And also do check out the main Discord where you can chat with other Star Wars fans, and if you want to help support the channel more than you already are by watching this video, please do check out the Patreon. If you do decide to donate, you get access to a special behind the scenes Discord where you can see how myself and my team work. Anyways guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.